Cameras have a knack for capturing disturbing footage of things we usually only have nightmares about. Well, today we've got all sorts of ghostly figures and a UFO to talk about, so I hope you're ready. Life after death is one of many mysteries that has consistently generated human curiosity for generations. Some believe in the existence of souls after death, while others think that the soul of a dead family member wanders around near and dear for a couple of days. Well, CCTV footage from Michigan back in May created a stir on social media, where we see a ghostly figure appearing to be hovering over and staring at a sleeping figure. According to the report, a mysterious figure was captured on one of the security cameras of a John Kipke, a Michigan resident, at his 100-year-old farmhouse. The incident occurred a month following the death of the sleeping human's grandfather. So the scary picture we have features a ghostly figure hovering over Kipke's youngest son, who was asleep on the floor. The figure was only captured by one of the cameras installed in the house, which only takes snapshots instead of recording video. Kipke shared the image on Facebook, noting his uncertainty about the spirit, saying, "I'm not sure what this is, but one of my inside cameras picked this up. Unfortunately, the inside system does not go in video mode, just snapshots of movement and sound. To my knowledge, I have never been contacted from the other side or had any strange things happen to me in my home, but I live in a 100-year-old farmhouse. Also, that is my youngest son sleeping on the floor. I just thought this was interesting." Well, since it's posting on Facebook, Ghosts Caught on Camera, this video has garnered a lot of mixed reactions. Many social media users have thought, a lot of folks have opinions. While some folks believe it to be a spirit, some called it a smudge on the camera, and some others suggested that the family should leave the house immediately. One of the users wrote that this looks like a gentleman, as he is wearing a cap and it seems like he is looking at the sun, saying like it looks like a gentleman, you can see the outline of his body, head, shoulders, and arms. Now another user thought it to be an elderly woman because of the kind of coat that the ghost is wearing. He said, well, like, could be plausible. Another user wrote that the face was so blurred and nothing was clear that you can't really know. What do you think, dear viewer? An observant New Hampshire woman had online paranormal buffs quaking in their boots after seemingly spotting a ghost in a graveyard on a popular mapping service back in January. She's like, I think I might have just found like a ghost on Google Maps, or like Google Maps' first ghost. This was a direct quote from uploader Amy Pendleton in this suddenly viral TikTok clip that shows off the alleged mapparition. So Pendleton instructed viewers to Google the Gilson Cemetery in Nashua, New Hampshire, apparently a veritable mecca for ghost hunters and other believers in otherworldly activity. So Pendleton toggles Google to a 360 panorama view and takes a stroll down the road, revealing a spooky figure with a blurred out face lurking behind a set of stone walls. Zooming in reveals what looks like the head and torso of a middle-aged man leering at the viewer like something out of an occult horror movie. And that's just the tip of the supposed paranormal iceberg. In a follow-up clip, the footage shows another, more abstract, shadowy entity standing behind the wall to the left of the original Ghosty. Wait, is that another one? That's a ghost for sure, she exclaims as the iconic theme song from Ghostbusters kicks in. That was in the TikTok obby. The apparent search engine specter caused a stir among paranormal activity fanatics, and this was all online. One commenter said, "That's what they call the gravekeeper. He's very fast." Another was like, "I think I've seen this. Nice." Some folks did speculate that the explanation was more rooted in reality. May have just been someone walking. Are you sure that's not just a blurry guy? Even Pendleton questioned the so-called spectral event, saying, "Google often edits out a person caught by the Google car. The street view blurring guy maybe did like a, half job. I mean, is it a bush?" Legitimacy of the sighting notwithstanding, Gilson Cemetery has long been a hub for so-called haunted phenomena. Sightseers have reported everything from glowing lights to fog rolling in out of nowhere, like something out of Dracula. Other folks have heard screaming. Some people were even pushed by an unknown entity. Some folks even claimed they saw some spooky passersby, including a woman in a white dress and a small human wandering around the tombstones. Among the strangest sightings is an alleged hole in the center of the grave of Walter Gilson, who died on August 28th of 1811 at a really young age. Driving down an empty road at night can be super duper creepy. The last thing you need is a supernatural element added into the equation. Well, I guess you can't tell the ghost what to do though. So one woman from Fresno was forced to deal with it when she appeared to have a ghostly sighting on January 22nd. Now thankfully she did at least have footage of the scene to allow other people, such as ourselves, to share in her experience. She shared the video after seeing the ghost while on her drive home from the Table Mountain Casino, which she recorded due to the fog patches lingering on the road that night. As the car made its way around a long bend, what looked like a transparent figure suddenly appeared in the middle of the road and took a couple of steps towards the other lane. Just as quickly as it appeared, the ghostly figure disappeared once again into the night as the car continued to approach. A caption on the video reads, "Y'all see that? The sighting took place at approximately 8:50 p.m. along Friant Road. This is a place that's been the site of numerous fatal accidents over the years. Just last year, a woman died after her car collided with a tow truck at around 1 a.m. in the morning. Also last year, a 50-year-old doctor and his wife died on the road after crashing into a tree. According to local sources, legend suggests that the ghost of a former police officer patrols the road and pulls over cars to warn them about potential accidents. Now, this officer is believed to have died on a stretch of the road in a car crash years ago. Back to our footage. What did the viewers have to say? Well, one person said, definitely a ghost. Somebody else was like, yep, I've seen and heard many ghosts on this road. But then, of course, you must consult the skeptics. More than likely, dust just kicked up by a breeze. Looks like oncoming car light reflecting fog. Some viewers have claimed the footage is edited, but whatever the explanation, just be careful when you're driving, folks, especially at night. Another woman's spine-chilling kitchen footage has stirred up quite the frenzy online, with a lot of folks being like, okay, this one's real. The clip we have opens to an ordinary nighttime scene, about 10:15 at night. Everything's pitch black, there's nobody around, but in a matter of seconds, a long, thin claw grabs the camera lens and drags it to the right. Viewers never see who or what the culprit was. We always had a feeling we weren't the only ones there, said the woman who posted it to Facebook. My mother wanted to see if she could find out more as to where some noises were coming from, decided to set up a motion detector camera in her home a couple of days prior. She has caught a few orbs, which tend to be energy connected to ghosts or spirits, and this was something completely new. They asked, like, anyone have any other thoughts or ideas as to what this could be? Seems to be see-through. Also sounds like it maybe taps on the camera. Let me know in the comments what you think. And finally for today, a routine drive turned into a scene straight out of a sci-fi movie for a Canadian couple as they encountered pulsating lights as bright as the sun hanging in the sky over in Manitoba. Justin Stevenson and his partner Danielle were left awestruck by the mysterious phenomenon. So the video that we have today, that was shared by the couple on social media, shows these dazzling lights that are super bright like a fire, hovering over the Winnipeg River. Stevenson, a self-proclaimed skeptic of the paranormal, was left speechless. Yo, I think we're seeing some aliens for real, he can be heard saying in the footage he captured of the encounter. The couple pulled over, very smart, as they trained their eyes on the two sun-like orbs dancing in the twilight, when another set of bright lights materialized nearby. It felt like we were in a sci-fi movie, Stevenson told a local news outlet. The sighting sparked quite the frenzy on socials, because this video obviously went viral, getting about 650,000 views. And there was a lot of debate. Is this a military flare? Is this a clear shot of a UFO? One person was like, might just be these new military mega flares used for illumination, usually search and rescue. Whereas somebody else was like, I'm not saying it's aliens from outer space, but I really can't see lights from a high-rise being the culprit. And then of course we have the skeptics being like, yeah, no. But at the end of the day, the true nature of the lights remains a mystery. Everybody on socials is like, maybe it's a disguised jet, maybe we don't know. That's it for me once again, folks. I've been Alexa, your resident Ookie Spooky Girly. See y'all next time, you lovely spooky people.